All right. We're back. Steelers pre-snap. I'm Luther Dupree. I got my partners, Claudio Rosano, Smokin Jim Frazier. Guys, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you guys. Listen, man, this is the greatest show. We always preview the Steelers game. Claudio, fresh off his show. Make sure you check it out. Get a viewing audience, how they can see your show again, Claudio.
The show last week, you guys were my guests. We had Steeler Talk, but it's on my podcast, ClaudioRosano.com, and I've interviewed legends of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and Smokin Jim and Luther on all the time. Great fun, a lot of fun. But you can go to my website, ClaudioRosano.com. Thank you very much, Luther.
Great show. And, of course, Smokin Jim is coming off his KDKA appearance with the great legendary Chris Moore with all the other black sportcasters over 50. Yeah, great job. You know, it's okay to bring some younger guys in with you guys, man. Great job, man. The old school black sports reporters in Pittsburgh. If you are Jordan, I appreciate that, Jim. What's going on with you, bro?
I'm doing good, champ. I'm doing good, man.
All right, let's start this recap. You know, everybody make sure you check out the website, scsportsworld.com. Let's start off with Claudio. 2-game losing streak. What are your thoughts, Claudio?
Well, even like last week, I say every week the Steelers have to go out there and be the better team because they usually are the better team. Well, last week, Buffalo was the better team, and they played like the better team. But it wasn't only just a physical beating, in my opinion, but it looked like they were flat. Again, first play of the game, drop pass. There was no rhythm in the offense. The defense was on the field way too long. T.J. Watt was tired. And, of course, the injuries and all of that is a formula for a loss. And, you know, if you look at something good from it or what could happen from it is it could be a slap in the face, a wake-up call, water in the face, whatever. And it's time, as I say to my team all the time, and I say on this show a lot, it's time to turn it up. They're going to have to develop some momentum going into the playoffs so they show that the teams that they're going to be playing in the playoffs, hey, we are the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're a dangerous team. We're not the team that lost 2 in a row. I'm okay with them losing to Buffalo. Washington, they should not have lost to, but it's just the way that they're losing. But hopefully they'll turn it around this week and turn it up, as I said.
Okay, yeah, definitely got to do that, man. Smokin Jim, let's get your thoughts. You finally got one right, or no, you got 2 right. They finally got that loss. What are your thoughts on it, bro?
Well, the sad part about it, Luther, is the fans are starting to jump off the bandwagon. But the fans got a better running game than the Steelers because when they're jumping off the bandwagon, they're hitting the ground running. But listen, when I said it before, man, listen, the biggest difference, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo was a very close, even team. The difference was Buffalo had a go-to receiver, Stephon Diggs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't. In the past, Big Ben could close his eyes, find Antonio Brown, find Santonio Holmes, find Hines Ward. Now when he closes his eyes, he sees Deontay Johnson dropping passes and Juju dancing on the logo. My biggest fear is Buffalo is getting better each week. They just won a game and scored 48 points last night. And I think the Pittsburgh Steelers is going down. So if we have to face Buffalo in the playoffs, it could be bloody.
You know what? Definitely there were some things that went wrong that game. Injuries was the key point. 3 games in 11 days. They looked like a tired team. They finally got the rest. They can get healthy on a Bengals team this week. I blame it more so on the injuries, the amount of games. And, of course, the receivers were dropping passes, like we had Dwight Hands of Stone and Lima Swede on the team. Hopefully they got this together. Deontay Johnson got put on the bench and came back and caught everything. So Tomlin did what he said he was going to do. You drop the ball, we're going to put somebody else in who will catch the ball. So it seemed like it got into his head, but the offense is sputtering. The offensive line is decimated with injuries. James Conner is running like he has a refrigerator on his back as well. It's just, it's not a good thing right now. Hopefully they can get some things together against this Cincinnati team. They had a lot of linebacker injuries, a lot of injuries. So they'll be okay. They'll work some things out. But let's get into this next game. Well, one thing I did want to talk to you about, let me say that before I get started. How big do you think these injuries are playing with the Steelers? You know, they had a lot of guys playing different roles. Start with you, Smokin Jim.
Well, I'm not like you, Luther. I ain't gonna make excuses.
Facts. It's not excuses. It's a fact. It's a fact, Jim.
Every team in the league, every every team in the league got injuries. Hey, listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers are healthier than most. It's their own fault
No,
that
they're not. Stop
the
lying.
offensive
That's
line.
fake. Fake news.
It's their own fault that the offensive line is in the shape that they are. The Steelers caused that problem. Listen, they had Winooski here. You know what I mean? This is a guy that they got in free agency. He got about 2 or 3 Super Bowl rings. He comes from a football family. Hey, listen, I know there's a reverse discrimination against
Oh, my
white quarterbacks. I know the NFL hates red-headed quarterbacks. But even back in the 70s, all in the family, they talked about how dumb Polacks are. Is there a prejudice in Pittsburgh against the Polish people? Listen, this was a 3-time academic All-American that the Steelers let loose. He could play center, both guards positions. I don't remember the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers had a Polish American on their team. Then all of a sudden, you're going to cut this guy for no reason after you paid him high money to come here in free agency. I don't remember the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers do the Pittsburgh Steelers have a reverse discrimination against Polish Americans.
Oh, Jim, here we go with all this racial stuff that he's throwing out.
I want more skis on the team.
Hey, I wish they would have kept Wisniewski. I thought he was a good pickup in the offseason. I don't know what happened. It seemed like they cut him very early. I wish he would have been here with all these injuries. He definitely could have helped with this offensive line. But I think they're going to get healthy against Cincinnati. They're going with their 3rd quarterback now. So that's a great thing. Ryan, Finley is playing. So injuries are definitely huge. As my man Terry French is saying, injuries are huge. Next man up philosophy isn't working. Now I hear Connor is hurt again. Get out of here. Yeah, Connor has been injured. We thought he was going to get his normal injury, and the COVID is also catching up with him. But definitely, this guy is always injured. It looks like there's more Snell, and it looks like there'll be more Jalen Samuels, which I like getting Samuels in the game. He's more versatile. He can do a lot of things. He can do wildcat. Get this guy involved. Let's get this offense moving. It's too basic right now. You know when they're going to run. You know where they're going to pass. They never used to play action. And we got to, you know what? And one thing that's missing from this offense is the deep threat of Chase Claypool. Earlier in the year when they were winning and scoring points, he would get a couple deep balls, get some pass interference. That has been missing from the offense. It needs to come back. Claudia, you want to add anything else on this? Claudia, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, I got you now. I'm going to say something, Jim, on Claudio's bookshelf. But you know what? The injuries do play a huge role without question. But again, Cincinnati's got a bunch of injuries. Mixon's going to be out. They got a lot of guys. Again, repeat, everybody has to turn it up. Somebody has to step up. So hopefully the Steelers can do that this week. But I think that the fact that are we, because you broke up, because I can't hear anybody.
I could barely hear you, Claudio. You want to pull out and come right back in? Jim, can you hear us?
I can hear you good, loud and clear. I can't hear Claudio, though.
Hey, Claudio, can you just maybe step out and come right back in?
Sure, I'll try.
Leave the studio and then click on the link and come right back in. All right, Jim, are you still good? You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. You got your sucker in your mouth. All right, let's see. We got a couple more comments we got to get to. All right. Randy Fickner is not qualified, according to Lee McGinnis. He repeated himself twice. He's not doing a good job right now, that's for sure. But let's see if we can get Claudio back in. Claudio.
Yes.
All
can
right,
you hear me?
We can hear you break it up a little bit. Say something, Claudio. Claudio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we hear you bits
Yes.
and pieces. You're going in and out. All right.
Yes.
Claudio? All right. Hey, Jim, it looks like we lost Claudio for a minute.
Okay.
Hope he could get back in. All right. Let's jump in with the Steelers D versus the Bengals offense. What are your thoughts?
Well, like you said, going into the game, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers, this was a really a good get back game. You know, only reason Brandon Allen and his brother started at Arkansas is because their daddy was the the athletic director. Now this guy got a bum knee, and they're putting in former North Carolina State quarterback Ryan Finley. So that's a win-win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Third string, a fourth string quarterback. The Pittsburgh Steelers should continue their sack attack, should get healthy that way. I think Mika Fitzpatrick, who many games this year has been invisible, I think he can break on some passes and get a couple of picks against his fourth string quarterback to assure his Pro Bowl season this year. Hey, listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers need to find a way to put pressure on the quarterback. TJ Watt is getting tired because Cam Hayward has been useless all season long. Cam Hayward should be able to thrive on that side with TJ Watt getting double teamed the same way Stephon Tuitt was able to cherry pick off of the efforts of Bud Dupree. We miss Bud Dupree like Luther predicted. Highsmith is, he's not playing instinctively. He's thinking too much out there. I think we got to put more blitzes from up the middle. Vince Williams was good at blitzing up the middle, and let's get that going a little bit. But I can't say enough of number 28, the midget. Outstanding.
Mike Hilton.
Yeah,
Respect.
whatever his name is. He should be a starter. I always said he should be a starter. Love the way that kid plays the game, man.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree. Our D should really get healthy. Third string quarterback, man, I feel bad for Tyler Boyd. At least he has a nice contract. One of our Steel City awardees, doing great things for the youth here. Still, the Clareton football team and the midget league program. He's definitely giving back. So proud of Tyler Boyd. It's a daggone shame that he's with this terrible organization and he's having his career waste away. They can't keep anybody healthy. They're down to their third quarterback. Their offensive line is in shambles. Look for Watt to have about 2 sacks, Hayward to it to really put some pressure on. And we might see Highsmith finally get his second and third sack this game. I think we can do a lot. Minka's going to jump a lot of crossing patterns. And so we'll be in good shape after this game. And we should wrap up the AFC North, which coming into the season I thought was a plus. Number 2 seed may be out of reach depending on if Buffalo keeps rolling the way they're rolling right now. But at least you want to get at least one home game and then take your chances from there. Let's jump to some of these comments. Hayden Lee McGinnis, Bengals will win. All right, we figured you would say that. But good. I don't know what happened to Claude. It looks like we lost it for the most part. Last game we got out real good against the Bengals with a 12-0 as we run some of these highlights. But again, as we see here, Claypool, crossing patterns, everybody's looking at the deep. There's more things that they could run with this guy, open up the route tree and let him get busy. I think that's definitely needed for us. But let's go to the offense, Smokin Jim. Our offense versus the Bengals defense. Can we finally get the running game going? Connor had a decent running game against the Bengals last time. What are your thoughts?
Keep dropping my phone. Well, it's too late in the season to get the running game going. We are what we are. Claudio always says you are what the back of your baseball card says you are. Listen, the head coach of the team, Ben Roethlisberger, the offensive coordinator, Ben Roethlisberger, part owner,
every quarterback, every elite quarterback runs the offense. Is Brady running Arians? Is Brady running the Buccaneers right now?
Part
Yes
owner
or
of the
no?
team, Ben Roethlisberger, wants to throw the football 53 times. We're going to throw the ball 50 times a game and sprinkle in a run here and there. You know what I mean? It's not a priority. The Pittsburgh Steelers can change what they do. They got some offensive weapons as receivers, and they're going to win or lose from here on out by way of Ben's right arm. So quit working on the running game. Forget about the running game, and for this year, and let the head coach, offensive coordinator, and part owner do his thing. Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Jim, you need to stop. You need to stop all that. All right, let's see if Claudio looks like he's about to come in. Let's see what Big Ben Coach of the Year. Oh man, you guys are terrible. Listen, our offense can get healthy this game. Receivers got to get Chase Claypool. I've been saying this the whole show. Got to get him back involved, and you got to have Juju running more than 4-yard patterns. 7 catches for 28 yards is unacceptable. Is what he had a couple games ago. We got to get him more down the line, open it up for him. You know, he's a top receiver. He's trying to be that number one. It's time to let him do that. But in Ben's eyes, it seems like, man, he is so sold on Deontay Johnson. This man is dropping passes left and right. Ben comes right back to him. I'd like to see James Washington get at least 5-6 targets a game. Great hands. Every time you put the ball in his hand, he makes plays. Let's get him back involved in the game. Very important. We got to do that, man. Let's see. Claudio's still trying to get in there, but I think we do it. I think James Conner can get 80 yards rush. Not James Conner. Between Snell and Samuels, I think we can have 80 yards rushing. I think Conner's hurt again, but let's get these guys going. I don't know if McFarland's going to be deactivated again or what's going on. You know, Jim. I don't know if he's a helmet.
Wonderlick McFarland. You know what I mean? I have no idea.
I don't care how fast. I don't care how high his Wonderlick scores are. If he's running a 4-2, I'm going to find a way to get the ball in his hands. Claudia, you back with us?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, loud and clear, Claudio. Yes. All right, real quick. We're on the Steelers offense versus the defense. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, number one, I think they have to get Claypool more involved. They got to try to use him on some longer pass plays. Juju definitely has to get more than 5-6 yards a catch. And I would also use guys like McFarland out of the backfield more. And again, Ebron, you have so many weapons. Okay, they have so many weapons to use. Use them. I mean, it just seems. But you know what? I'm starting to wonder, and I heard this on some different shows. Is Ben throwing these quick patterns because he feels that's best, or that's the only thing he can do?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, and again, same old thing. Back to the they have to establish the game run, the running game. And Luther, you said 70, 75 yards. I say 80, 85 yards. Same thing. Like Tennessee needs 130 yards from Henry. Cincinnati's going to need 130 yards today from whoever they use. Pittsburgh only needs 75, 85 yards. That's it to open things up. But the game plan's there. The formula's there. We know what they have to do, and I'm sure they know that what they have to do. They just have to do it. But the thing is, can they do it? Now Cincinnati's defense gives up about 300 and some odd yards a game, 256 in the air. So this is definitely the time to expose a defense and get your offense running again.
Right. I definitely agree with that. All right, Claudio, it's that time. We made our predictions. Let's get to your huddle up. Claudia, what are your did you want to add something else? I know you missed a segment.
No, that's it. I mean, the huddle up would be, this is a message game, not only to the opponents that they're going to be facing in the playoffs, but to themselves. Are we the the team who started off 11-0, or the team that's lost 2 in a row? They're going to have to be focused more. They're going to have to turn it up, as I always say. Tomlin is going to have to turn it up, the coaching staff, and maybe Ben has to tone it down a little bit. Okay. And again, let the coaches, he can have his audibles, but he should let the coaches call their game and he does his thing. But it's a statement game, not only to themselves, but to their future opponents. And I'm not talking about Cleveland and Indianapolis. I'm talking about whoever they're going to play in the playoffs, because as of right now, the way they're going physically and especially mentally, I say they're a first-round knockout. So they're going to have to fix things up and fix them up quick. And who starts? It all starts at the top. Tomlin, he's the one who's going to have to send the message, and he's going to have to enforce that message. That's what I think. It starts with him, and it trickles down to the players.
Okay. All right. Smokin Jim, what are your thoughts on your first and 10, man?
Well, after not making the playoffs for several years, it's nice to know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the playoffs. Hey, listen, I'm looking towards next season already. Listen, the Steelers are not going to get rid of the offensive coordinator because Big Ben won't let them. So let's forget about that. Maybe we can bring in an offensive line coach. Maybe Ben will allow the coaches to do that. But what I would do in the offseason to get the running game back as a priority, I would go after Kareem Hunt. You know what I mean? I would pay the guy $14-15 million. You bring in an offensive line coach. Hey, when Kareem Hunt came out of college, I wasn't sure about his height. Sometimes you see guys listed at 6'2", 6'3", 5'9". You don't know their height. But the police mugshot report don't lie. He's 6 foot, 225 pounds. Hey, listen, this guy can run, he can catch, and I think this is this closest thing to Le'Veon Bell that we had. You put more priorities in the run. The Pittsburgh Steelers got a kid, Derwin Gray, out of Maryland. Of course, next year will be his third year, and coming out of Maryland, it takes you 2 or 3 years to learn an NFL system, no matter how simple. He should be ready. 6'3", 340 pounds. You put him at one guard, you put Dotson in at another guard, and you get that running game going. But the key is get a Kareem Hunt in here. I wouldn't draft a running back high because all he's going to do is sit the bench for a year. We only have a small window, maybe 2 more seasons with Big Ben. So I would get Kareem Hunt in here. I'd get an offensive line coach in here. Kareem can catch 5, 6, 7 passes a game for you, and he can carry 15, 20 times a game for you. Get Kareem Hunt in here. Get the running game going. We already got a great passing game, and we got Big Ben for the next 2 years. I think the Steelers' best team could be in 2021.
All right, well, we'll see. Let's jump to some of these comments real quick. Vince, Bengals allow 152 yards a game when opponents rush 35% of the time. Put Benny Snell in 4 downs the entire game and let him run 50% of the plays and break the single game rushing record. I don't care if he fumbles.
I'm tired of Vinny's comments. Go to the next guy. I'm tired of Vinny's comments.
Ben's elbow isn't right. All he could do is flip the ball. No long ball game. That's true. He hasn't done it. Frank Jackson back in here. Y'all too hard on Tomlin. All right. Lee, tell him.
Hey, wait a minute. Luther doesn't have the shirt on today, so Luther is being hard on Tomlin.
Oh, man. I'm calling it the way it is. Unlike Jim, I'm not cheerleading for anybody. Danny Fickner, worst offensive coordinator, Steelers. Man. All right, let's see what Terry. I like Jim's suggestion about Kareem Hunt. Definitely. I wanted him, yes. The way he got out of Kansas City, he's been good these last 2 years. Yeah, he would look good in the Steelers uniform. And I'm sure, what the Browns running, they got a nice 2-headed monster. Man, if we could get Kareem Hunt or somebody like that, that would be a nice pickup for us. All right, real quick, let's go with our predictions. Start with you, Smokin Jim. What are your predictions?
The Harlem Globetrotters get the Washington Generals again. So I think the Pittsburgh, it'll be no mercy. Pittsburgh Steelers will score 42 points, 42-21.
42-21. All right, Claudio, what are your thoughts?
Jim has the over again. So I'm going with Pittsburgh 37, Cincinnati 12. I obviously disappeared from the show for a minute, but after what they did to Burrow last time, they confused him, they attacked him, and Burrow's a lot better than Allen, whoever they're going to put behind center. I expect them to do the same thing, attack, change looks. I think there'll be a lot of turnovers on Cincinnati's part. It should be a blowout, 37-12 at least.
All right, 37-12. All right, I like that. All right, let's see. We got a couple score predictions. Frank Jackson, 28-13. Lee's going to be wrong again. Bengals win. That's the thing. They're on their fourth quarterback. Lee still right. Not Steelers. I think we're going to win 30 to about 13. Won't be competitive. The defense is going to just put all kind of pressure. Too bad Tyler Boyd is not going to have a good game. We're going to shut him down. And Terry French has it a little closer, 28-21 Pitt.
Ooh, let me interrupt. If it's a close game, even if the Steelers win, I think that's bad. They're going to be limping into the next couple of games, which I think they'll lose, and they'll be really hobbling going into the playoffs. This is a game that they have to blow Cincinnati out.
Yeah,
it can't be a close game.
You just got to win. Third string quarterback. All right, let's see. Terry French, 28-21. Tyler Boyd, 200 yards receiving. Lee, they have a third string quarterback with all your hate. Quit thinking this vanilla flavor will put up points. Okay. They were averaging 30 points a game for about half the season this year when they were rolling. So facts go against you on that, Lee. But that's what I got. Real quick as we get ready to wrap up. Play or sit fantasy picks. Claudio, do you play Ben?
I'm going to say yeah because, again, Cincinnati gives up a lot of points in the air. So I'm going to say yeah, play him.
Okay. All right, Smokin Jim.
Hall of Fame quarterback on pace for 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, and only 9 interceptions. You play Big Ben every week.
All right. Yeah, definitely you got to play him. He's going to throw 50 times a game. You got to play him constantly. Let's jump out. We got Vince. Steelers will win, but Ebron will drop at least one pass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll drop one. But if you notice last game, Vance McDonald played a lot more than we've seen. We know he's been hurt, but he's been healthy for a couple weeks now. Last week was the most I've seen him in action. And I think if Ebron keeps playing like Detroit Ebron, he's going to keep losing more and more playing time. He got to understand stop doing TikTok dances with Juju on the sideline and focus on catching that ball.
Well, exactly. McDonald healthy always played. But you want the Steelers to play him when he was in the ICU? Come on, Lou. McDonald always played.
No, he was a blocking tight end. That's what he was in for the limited time he was in there. He was only.
So you say.
No, it's a fact. Look at his play. Look at his plays. He was not.
He's always played a lot. He's always played a lot when he's healthy. He always played a lot.
He did not.
That man been quarantined in ICU, and you want the Steelers to put him out there.
Luther, word of Tom. Lee always ripping, man. All right, listen. All right, how about running backs? Benny Snell, Jalen Samuels, McFarland. Claudia, you play any of them?
No. I mean, we say the same thing every week. Get these guys some carries. I'm going to say you can't afford to play them. Even though Cincinnati is a type of team that you can play them and rack up some yards, no, don't play them.
Jim, your thoughts?
Shoeless Joe McFarland. I don't have confidence in playing this guy till he learns the playbook. Hey, we don't have any running backs, man. I wouldn't play none of them guys, man.
I definitely agree. I don't think we play any of them. They're not going to run but 10 times.
Derek Watt's going to score a touchdown today. Derek Watt's going to score a touchdown.
Hey, there you go.
The goal line runner. I take my chance with him getting an end zone. Give it to Watt. Let him pound it in there. Hey, real quick, receiver wise, Juju, Claypool, Deontay, Ebron, Washington. Do you play any of them, Jim? Since you're up.
Chase Claypool is the greatest receiver in Steeler history. He'll be the first Steeler ever to lead the National Football League in defensive pass interference calls. He's so far in front. Second place is Evans from Tampa Bay. Listen, this guy got 50 catches, 700 yards, 10 touchdowns. You got to play him every week. He's a playmaker.
Some people have been playing him recently, and he hasn't been putting up numbers. 4 targets a game won't get it done. Receiver-wise, Claudio.
Claypool's not even in the top 7 greatest Steeler wide receivers of all time, but that's another story. I love Jim, though. But anyway, you got to play Claypool, but they have to use him. Go deep. The guy's got some skills. Use them. Washington, play Washington. Does in fantasy football, does it count if you drop passes? I guess it depends what kind of league you're in. Ebron, I've been saying all year. Ebron, I would one game I'd target him like 15 times. This would be the game. I would because you're going to need Ebron. I still think he's a big time player, even though he congratulates the other team when they win and tries to get some airtime.
What was he doing? It looked like he was happy that Josh Allen won. Good game, man. What are you talking about?
I think he had Buffalo minus the points, right?
Or is it
Just kidding. I'm just joking.
Was it CTE? Did he think it was Ben? What was he doing? All right. Frank Jackson, Chase is not getting enough looks. I agree.
Right.
Browns, AFC North champions. And, of course, Terry French is high on Washington. Yeah, got to get that man the ball. Definitely. All right. Anybody for the Bengals? You play anybody for the Bengals, Claudio?
They have three very good wide receivers. Very good, but I don't think they have the quarterback to get them the ball. And they don't have a running game. Their quarterback is going to throw a lot today. I don't play anybody on Cincinnati. Anybody.
Jim, Tyler Boyd. He wants to go off against the Steelers. He had a touchdown last time they played him, I think. But,
I would always play at least one receiver against the Steelers pass defense because they can't cover anybody. Listen, Tyler Boyd is on pace for 100 catches this year. He had 90 catches last year. And, it's a Monday Night Football game. Even the people in Clareton gets regular TV, so they'll be able to watch it.
That's why you're not out in Clareton.
He wants to put on a show for his fans. So, yeah, Tyler Boyd got to play.
All right, Lee, still with the hate. Penn doesn't play good on the road. Run Icky Woods. I don't know. Maybe Tyler Boyd. I think they'll be so far behind. The Steelers would go, vanilla. So he'll get a couple catches, maybe 6 catches for about 80 yards, and a touchdown for Tyler Boyd.
They need to bring back Ken Anderson or Boomer Esiason or Turk Schonert. One of those three guys, because what they have now isn't going to work.
Yeah, you're right. Joe Burrows definitely showed potential. It's a shame that the Bengals couldn't protect him. He was rolling for a while. And now with that knee injury, ACL, MCL, he got a long way to recover. So just bad.
Hey, Luther and Claudio, how many jobs did Giovanni Bernard lose when he walked into the interview and they seen who Giovanni Bernard is?
Oh, God.
False advertisement.
He may have lost. If he was Italian, he'd have lost more.
Hey, guys. But, it looks like they win the AFC North. They get that victory tomorrow. They may even rest. They may even have enough to rest against the Browns. I think the key thing is rest. They got to get rest. It would have been nice if they could have locked up that number 1 seed. But the way Kansas City been rolling, they do have a tough game potentially against the Saints. So we'll see there. Hopefully they can lose there and maybe slip up another time. You figure they lost to the Raiders.
Hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy.
Huh?
Hope is not a strategy.
Hey, well, you can't control it. They can't play them head to head. All you can do is hope. You got to take care of your business and hope they lose.
They have to take care of their business.
There you go.
Kansas City will collapse the lungs of Drew Brees again. He'll break a few more ribs. They'll retire Drew Brees today.
Only, and the bad thing about that, their top receiver, Thomas, is out that game, so that's really going to hurt their chances. Brees is back, but their top receiver is out.
What did you say, Jim? Good.
We need them to win, Jim. What are you talking about?
Why? I don't cheer for New Orleans, man. Come on, man. Thomas been out all year long. Now y'all talking about he's out. He got hit with friendly fire. His own man took him out. Looked like he did it on purpose. He been arrogant ever since he got that big contract.
He did it to Castro on Pouncey, huh? All
Yeah,
right.
this Castro did. He
Gary
might play
Trent,
center.
go Saints. Yeah, definitely go Saints. We need that. Take care of our business. Hopefully they get a loss, and we'll see what happens from there, guys. That's our show. I want to thank you guys. Make sure you check out the website, SC Sports World. Check out ClaudioRosano.com. He allowed me and Smokin Jim to come on there, and I just speak
Nobody better.
and I got the W. I'm on a roll, Smokin Jim. I told you the Ravens were going to beat the Browns. That was the game of the year. Jim dropped his
Oh, it was a good game.
Jim dropped his phone again, but that's perfect timing for us to get out of here. I appreciate all the guests, Lee and Terry and Vince and Frank, all you guys and everybody else. Check us out. Check us out on the website, and we'll talk to you all next time. Peace.
See you later.